I literally disagree with every single one of those claims. It was not oily at all. It was incredibly sticky. It did not provide shine. And the smell. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I wanted to share with you basically a collective haul of everything that I bought in the month of January. Some of these things I've been able to use enough to give you like a mini kind of quick review, and other things I haven't probably even used yet. So I just wanted to share what I picked up last month. I see a lot of creators do this video. I will link any corresponding other videos that I've seen other people do in the description box. That was a really long-winded way of saying any other creators that have done this video, I will link their videos in the description box. And all of the products that I talk about, I will link in the description box. So I picked up 4 new eyeshadow palettes this month. Did I need them? Kinda. 3 of them I have not really used enough or at all to really give you a good review on, but let me at least show you what I got. So the first one that I got actually won a giveaway from Millie. Her username is Bad to the Brow, and she was giving away the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. So this is like the ultimate rainbow matte palette. I am not a huge color person when it comes to makeup, but I'm trying to expand my horizons this year. I want to play with more color, and this is gonna be a really nice palette to go to for any sort of color that I want to incorporate in my look in terms of mattes. Now I just dug my finger in there. Now I teach ballroom dancing. If you've been here before, you know that. You're probably sick of me saying it every time, but there might be new people here, okay? I'm sorry. And I did take this when I went to competition last weekend, and I did dip into this. I used mostly like the red shades and some of the neutrals, and I believe I used the black as well. And the quality was really, really nice. The color payoff was there. The blendability was very easy to use. So I'm really excited to continue to use this. Stay tuned because I will let you know in upcoming videos how it is. I actually did end up buying the Dollhouse palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics.
Stop it. Get some help.
So there's that. The next one that I bought this month was the Nomad Cosmetics Whistler Snow Lodge palette. I love Nomad Cosmetics. I feel like the theming of their palettes is so cool. They have a lot of thought that goes into the palettes, and it came with like a little coaster. It was so cute. Nomad Cosmetics, if you guys aren't familiar with them, they base all of their releases on different destinations. So this is the palette outside, and then this is the inside of the palette. Something I really like about Nomad is their color stories. I feel like there are a lot of blues in here, which is what you would assume looking at the packaging, right? You would think you would see blues. But they also have a lot of other colors that you can create versatile looks with. It's not just all blue. I really appreciate that because I'm not a huge blue person. This is a good one if you like neutrals, but you want to start to dabble into color. If you want to incorporate a little bit of blue, but you still have like a matte black, you have some browns, you have like a champagne, you have a gold, you have some greens. Like there's a lot of versatility involved. And so I'm very excited to try this. Again, stay tuned. I will let you know how it is. I'm really getting more into indie brands. I've been following different creators in the past like 6 months that have really kind of opened my eyes up to different brands. I've always really been mostly a mainstream makeup brand person, but I'm starting to just get excited about, I don't know, indie brands, and feel like they put so much thought, and you can just tell there's a lot of passion behind these brands. The next one I bought was the Lore palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. First of all, look at the packaging on this. How freaking cool is this? I'm obsessed. I love it. I love like spooky, weird stuff. I just do. And then the color story inside comes with a huge mirror, which is really nice. And the color story inside is like super dark. Ooh, depthy looks are gonna come out of this. I'm so excited. I did swatch some of these, and I know from other creators, I've heard that their mattes are really nice. The shimmers feel really hard pressed. So they're not like super duper metallic-y. Like this one, Serpent, that I just picked up on this finger, it looks more like a toppery type of shade. Yeah, it definitely looks more like a topper shade, and this one has a little more pigment to it. So we'll see. I'm excited to use this and try it and see how it is, and I'll let you guys know. Okay, and then I bought a few things from the Milani Gilded Flora collection. Now, my plan was to purchase a few things from the collection and do like a dedicated video to it. So I purchased the eyeshadow palette, I purchased the lashes, and I purchased one of the lip oils. I think they also came out with like lip glosses or lip balms or something like that. And they also came out with more of their matte lipsticks, which, spoiler alert, I freaking love these lipsticks. Love these lipsticks. Well, I only have one. I love this lipstick. So I was very tempted to purchase more of those lipsticks with the collection, but if you have been here recently, I've been talking about I'm really on a no buy for lip products for a little while. I know I just said I bought that lip oil, so. But from now on, I'm on a no buy for lipsticks. So I will tell you right now, the actual formula of these lipsticks is unbelievable. One of my most favorite lipsticks, period, not just drugstore. They are matte, so they definitely have a matte finish, but they're more of like a creamy, velvety, soft application. They're not dry, they're not tuggy. They don't end up drying out your lips while they're sitting there. Beautiful. I have the shade Tease, by the way. It's like just a light brown nude color, but they did come out with more like berry, pinky red colors with the Gilded Flora collection. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I bought these and I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. And I bought, this wasn't part of the collection, but this was a new release, one of their all-in-one face palettes. My intention was to buy the collection and do a dedicated video to the collection because I was really interested in it, and I thought maybe other people would be interested in, you know, me trying out the products on camera. Well, the collection launched, I think, at the very, very, very end of last year or the beginning of this year. I made my purchase on January 2nd. I remember it was January 2nd. I did not receive my products until January 22nd. Listen, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. All that to say, I was not gonna make a dedicated video because by the time I would have done it, nobody probably would have even cared anymore. So I did just upload a ranking video of all the palettes that I tried last month, and this was in that ranking. So I won't go on and on about it, but I will say, I have had a good chance to try this out, and the shortened version is, it's okay. The mattes aren't great. They're not super pigmented. There's not a lot of depth in this palette. So if you don't care about that, you like more light colored looks, you might like this palette. But this is called Take Root. This shadow down here is the deepest shade in the palette, and it's not that deep. Not as deep as what it looks in the pan. The metallics in this are very, very pretty. They are very sparkly. They are very metallic. They're gorgeous, actually. A little on the flakier side, but very, very sparkly if you like that. It's $20 though, which I think for a drugstore palette is pushing it, in my opinion. So it's okay. I don't regret purchasing it, but I definitely didn't need it. And if I were to lose it or something, I would not repurchase it. Also, if you have a deeper skin tone, there's no way you're gonna be able to use this because the matte shadows on me, you couldn't really see the payoff on me, and I'm pretty light, so. The lashes, I have not used yet. Here's my thing with this. I'm being extra picky, but these are just my thoughts. So this came out with the Gilded Flora collection, right, with this palette. These lashes, first of all, look absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. But they're definitely more of like a dramatic lash, which to me doesn't really match the palette. I'm surprised they didn't come out with more natural lashes to match the natural vibe of this palette. So I am excited to use these. I just have not had a chance to use them yet, and I will let you know my thoughts. But they look super wispy. And then the third thing from the Gilded Flora collection that I bought was the lip oil. I got the Cherry Lime. Let's take a minute to read the claims on this lip oil. Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil is a juicy, non-sticky tinted oil for instant hydration and shine. I literally disagree with every single one of those claims. It was not oily at all. It was incredibly sticky. It did not provide shine. And the smell. Okay, this is exactly, I know this is so specific, but this is exactly what it smells like. You guys remember as a kid, or even now, whatever, eating a popsicle, and when you get down to the popsicle stick, sucking on the popsicle stick, where you're literally tasting wood and a trace amount of whatever flavor popsicle you had. That is exactly what that lip oil smells and tastes like. It smells like a popsicle stick with a slight trace of cherry lime flavor. It's really, really weird. It's really weird, but that is exactly what it smells and tastes like. I don't recommend that lip oil. I have it in my purse because it's right here. I had put it in my purse to really force myself to use it, but I'm definitely going to pass this on because it is so sticky, not oily at all, and I can deal with sticky, like a sticky gloss, if it's gonna give me that super glossy, long-lasting look. This does not provide any sort of gloss. Let me put it on and I'll show it to you. I really like the applicator. It's, again, kind of that trendy lip oil fat doe foot applicator. Rubbing the lips together. It's so sticky. It tastes like a popsicle stick. Super shiny, right? All that to say, I do not recommend this lip oil. I super duper recommend the ColourPop lip oils. They are miles and miles above this. That's all I have to say about that. Last thing from Milani that I picked up was the all-in-one face palette. This is called the All-Inclusive Eye, Cheek, and Face Palette. Okay, now, I like that it has a big mirror. That's really nice. Girl, this is not all-inclusive. If you are any deeper than me, you're not gonna be able to use this. So that's not including a whole lot of people. If you are my skin tone or lighter, I do like this palette, actually. I do like it. I really like, by the way, I'm wearing this all over my eyes and face today. So I have on all three eyeshadows. I have the bronzer, the highlight, and this blush up here. You're gonna see some B-roll of me applying it. Let me go through each thing. So the eyeshadows. I thought it was interesting that they chose these three eyeshadows. I like the bone-colored matte. It's a bone-colored matte. It's fine. It's what I have all over my lid. I like that they have a black. It makes sense. This black is not super black, but it's actually a nice dark gray. I don't feel like it gives me a ton of fallout. I did smoke out my liquid eyeliner with this black shadow, and I think it's nice. This super dark, like gunmetal metallic, it is very pretty, but there's a ton of glitter fallout, even when I wet my brush. And I think it's interesting that they would choose this as the metallic. I don't feel like it's super easy to create a look with what they've given you. Just thought it was an interesting type of choice. I would have preferred something a little bit lighter of a metallic, but that's just me. The bronzer is probably my favorite part of the whole palette. I'm wearing it obviously on my face today. It blends very easily. It's smooth. It's like a satiny type of bronzer. I really like Milani bronzers in general. The blush up here is pretty. Both of these blushes are like satiny blushes. They're not matte blushes. This darker berry one has much more of a shine to it. A little bit like almost metallic looking. So that's not my favorite type of blush. I don't really love blushes like that, but this one is really pretty. It's not sparkly. This highlight is very sparkly. It's very like boom in your face. If you like that, that's great. It's not my favorite type of highlight. I don't really like wearing highlights in general, but this looks very stripey on my skin, in my opinion. I've got big lights shining on me, so it might look okay to you right now, but in person, I see a big giant stripe right there. It's not my favorite, okay? But generally speaking, I will use this. Is it my favorite all-in-one palette? No, I like my Natasha Denona one better, but it's at a much lower price point, so okay, fine. Those are my thoughts on that. Another couple of things that I got from the giveaway from Bad to the Brow, I got this Kaleidos highlighter. I've wanted to try something from Kaleidos for a while. I've never tried anything from them before. This is the Ray Ryder highlight. I love this tin packaging. It's really fun. And the color looks beautiful. It looks like a champagne-y, slightly pinky highlight. It looks super metallic, but it doesn't look super sparkly. So I'm totally excited to try this. I haven't used, I think I did put it on my face when I got it, but I haven't actually like worn it enough to give full opinions on, so I'll keep you posted. I also got from the giveaway the Danessa Myricks Mini Lightwork Volume 3 Infinite Light Palette. This is super fun. These look really cool. Now, they are definitely like duochrome highlighters. I did use the blue one, Spring Equinox, in my inner corner when I did a blue look recently, and it looked so cool as an inner corner highlight. I probably will use these more for the eyes than I will for the face, just because I'm not a huge highlighter person in general, but I'm also not like a duochrome highlighter person, but never say never. Never say never. Who knows what's gonna happen, but they are beautiful. Also from the giveaway, the last thing I got were the Blend Bunny Cosmetics blending brushes. I have been obsessed with these. It comes with a case, but I don't know where the case is right now. They are just like very small, detailed blending brushes, and I've been really, really enjoying these. They're unlike any other brushes that I have in my collection, and I'm really enjoying using these a lot. Another thing that I bought last month from the Sephora sale page was the Love Sprung blush palette from Artist Couture. I've owned from Artist Couture like their loose highlighters. I got them in a BoxyCharm once, and I'm not a huge loose highlighter person, so I decluttered them not too long after I received them. So this, I was just interested to try more from Artist Couture. I definitely want to try their eyeshadows. They came out with like a smaller neutral palette recently that I will eventually pick up, but I got this blush palette. Now, 10 out of 10 for the packaging. This reminds me of my childhood. It literally reminds me of a Polly Pocket with that like acrylic-y plastic. Oh my gosh, it reminds me so much of Polly Pocket and toys from the 90s. So packaging 10 out of 10. The blushes themselves. Okay, so this is the lighter palette. I have two variations. It comes with a nice big mirror, which is nice. Okay, so the actual blushes, these two blushes are super pretty. Really nice, really smooth, not like overly pigmented, but pigmented enough that they would show up on a variety of skin tones. I love the colors of these. I feel like the colors are very unique to my collection. And then the middle shade, I really didn't do my homework when I was looking on the website. I thought this was a blush, but like a shimmery blush. This is definitely a highlighter. Like it's a bronzy highlighter, and it's way, 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 way too deep for my skin tone personally, if you can see it. So I will not use this. I just won't. I mean, maybe on my eyes, but the blushes are super pretty. The highlighter, I would say if you are of a deeper skin tone, you would really like the highlighter. But for me, I'm just not gonna get use out of it. So if I could do it again, I probably wouldn't buy this. But packaging, 10 out of 10. The two blushes, 10 out of 10. Highlight won't work for me, so it is what it is. The next thing I picked up last month is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Mini Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I got mine in the shade Butter. So I bought this because I actually bought the same powder in the lavender shade like 3 years ago because Jaclyn Hill talked about how she used this under her eyes and it was super, super brightening. And I agree, it's actually a little, sometimes too brightening, a little too stark. But I do like to use a little bit of this on a brush, just to brush under my eyes when I want a little more brightness. I definitely don't apply it with a beauty sponge like I do with most powders. But I really love the consistency of this. It is super, super, super finely milled. A lot of people complain that there's a very strong scent to this. I don't really feel like it's that strong to me personally, and it's definitely not one that lingers. Like, it does smell a little bit when you first open the package, but once I apply it, I don't smell it anymore, so it doesn't bother me. So I wanted to get the smaller version of the Butter. Now, this definitely has a tint to it, like a slightly yellowy tint to it, which for me and my skin tone under my eyes, I don't like a yellow tint. I feel like it makes the concealer under my eyes oxidize and change color to a deeper color, and I don't like that. So I would say if you are like a medium skin tone, you would really like this under your eyes, but I do like this for the rest of my face. I did set my face, the perimeter of my face with this today, and it is a really nice, super mattifying, super finely milled powder. So I'm enjoying this, just not for under my eyes. And then I got the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Too Cool for School. So Angelica Nyqvist here on YouTube, she talks about how much she loves the Super Shock Cheeks. And I've never tried a Super That is really hard to say. Super Shock Cheek Blush. I've had the highlighters before and obviously the shadows, but never the blushes. So when I saw this on Ulta, it was on sale. I fell in love with this like terracotta burnt orange color. I love orangey, apricot-y, warm blushes on me personally. I love them. And this is so incredibly easy to use. I was a little worried about like it picking up my foundation underneath. I like to apply this really mostly with my fingers. I feel like that's the most precise application and the one that's just the safest bet for me. I have applied it with a sponge before and it works fine like that as well, but with my fingers, this is really good. It is a matte formula, so there's no like shimmer or shine. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I highly, highly recommend this. Okay, and then the last set of items that I'm going to talk about are the Flower Beauty stuff that I bought. I did do a full face of Flower Beauty, which I will link down below if you missed it. So I'm just going to kind of speed through what I got from Flower Beauty, and I'm going to give you updates on things that I have had a chance to test. These aren't final verdicts, okay, you guys? I'm continuing to use them, but I'm just giving you updates. I will have final verdicts at some point. The first thing was the Flower Beauty Forbidden Fruit eyeshadow palette. This is one that I picked up for the video. I did put this in my palette ranking video, like I mentioned earlier, so if you want more information about it, but the quick review is the mattes in this are nice. The shimmers aren't great. I don't love the color story. It's not something that I needed. If this went missing, I would not repurchase it. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. I'm probably not gonna reach for this, to be quite honest with you, but it's not terrible, let's put it that way. I've tried way worse palettes, but it's just not something that I need. The lipstick, this is the Perfect Pout Moisturizing Lipstick in the shade Blossom. It's what I'm just threw on my lips right now. Super comfortable, glossy, slightly sheerer, moisturizing lipstick. I love the color. It's a warm nude color. It's really nice, actually. It's really, really nice. Is it super long lasting? No, but it's a nice lipstick. I like it. I bought the liquid and powder blushes. So the liquid blush I got in the shade Nectar, and the powder blush. By the way, in my video, I was complaining that the name wasn't on the blush. It's right there, Peach Primrose. So that's my bad. I have not had a lot of chance to try out the liquid blush. Upon first application, the first time I used it, I really liked it, but I have had more of a chance to use this powder blush and I really, really like it. Once again, it is that warm peachy color that I like on my skin tone. It blends very easily. It's a satin blush, so it has a slight sheen with no sparkles. It's super nice on application. It's not the most long-lasting blush, I will say that, but it's really pretty if you like the color, and they come in many other colors as well. The next one is the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. I have mine in the shade Nude L3. So this is what I am wearing on my face today. I am on the fence about this. I'm gonna continue to use it. This is not my final verdict. I've only worn this, I think maybe 3 or 4 times now. Sometimes I really like how it looks, sometimes I don't. I have found one way I do not like it is with a super moisturizing base underneath it. So I have definitely more oily skin. I put on one time the Milk Hydro Grip primer underneath this and it broke up on me within an hour or 2. So if you have oily skin, I would definitely suggest not overdoing the moisturizing products underneath. So that's one thing I know I don't like. I think I prefer using this with a sponge rather than a brush. And then I would definitely repeat what I said about the coverage. It's definitely more of like a light, like higher light. Like here's light, here's medium. I would say it's like here on the light to medium scale. You can definitely still not, again, we've got big lights here, but in person, I can definitely still see my acne. I have a big honkin' zit up here. I can definitely still see that. So it's definitely more of a light, upper light coverage. The consistency is very, very, very thin. If you like that, now you can see it's going into my smile lines. Listen, I'm 35. I have lines. It is what it is. Almost every foundation is gonna sink into lines, but some do it faster and more than others. And this is okay, it's okay. I'm not sure exactly how I feel. I'm gonna continue to use it. Then I also used the Light Illusion Concealer. I got mine in the shade L1-2 Fair. I did say in the video that this was the lightest shade. It's not. There is one that I think is called like Very Fair. So this is just the second shade. I love the shade on me. It is more of a very thin consistency. It's not super thick. If you like that, I actually have been enjoying this. It is more of a medium coverage, which I don't love medium coverage. I have super dark under eyes, so I prefer something that is more full coverage, but I like this as a mix in. I am enjoying this. I would say if you are someone who likes a concealer that is not super hydrating, because it's not super hydrating, but something that's more lightweight, more medium coverage, you would like this. It's nice. I'm enjoying it actually. But there are two things from that Flower Beauty video that I have consistently been using nonstop and I can't stop. I can't stop using them because I love them so much. It is the Forever Wear Eyeliner Crayon. This is in the shade Moonstone. It is a nude pencil for the waterline. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It's right there. It is A, so pigmented. B, so creamy. It's one swipe, that's it. You don't have to go over it over and over again. And it's super long wearing. I did pick up the Patrick Ta version recently, and I like the Flower Beauty one more. Now I will say, you probably can't see it. I'll try to give you a close-up, but the Flower Beauty one is much brighter, almost white, and the Patrick Ta one is a little more beige, a little more brown based. So of course, you're gonna have to base that on the color as well. If you don't want something so stark, maybe the Patrick Ta one would be better for you. This one is so bright. It lasts all day in the waterline. I'm so surprised when I use it, and it does just like brighten up your eyes, gives you like a little bit more of an awake situation. I love it. And then the other thing from the video that I cannot stop using, I'm obsessed with, is the Heat Wave bronzer. I have mine in the shade Sunrise L1. Now I think there's only 2 shades of this, which is really crappy, but this bronzer is so beautiful. The thing I love about it is I really feel like this mimics a tan. So it's not super orange, it's not super gray. When I apply this, it looks like exactly what my skin looks like when I have a tan. It mimics an actual sun tan. Not many products do that. And it also just sinks right into the skin. It doesn't look powdery or chalky. It looks like your skin is tanned. It's so cool. It's such a different formula than anything I've ever used before. So this is definitely from Flower Beauty, all the products I tested, probably my favorite thing. And I've continued to use it, and I've used it almost every day since that video. So if you're looking for a new bronzer and you are like my skin tone, around my skin tone, I really, really suggest this one. Okay, and that is everything that I picked up last month. It's a lot. It's a lot, I know. I hope you enjoyed it. Can you leave me a comment down below letting me know anything that you picked up last month and give me like a little mini quick review, or if you haven't used it yet, that's okay. Just let me know if there's anything you picked up in the last month. I would love to hear from you down in the comments. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you aren't already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos. And I want to thank you so much for watching today. I will see you next time. Bye.